Hi, Aquarius. This is just with your February 2020 tarot reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. Aquarius. Well, it looks like some of you may be having a difficult time with money. Finances could be a bit of a challenge, and it could have something to do with you having to pay out things like settling debts. Everyone may be knocking on your door now. Okay, some of you have to pay your taxes. It's just time to pay up. It's that kind of energy that some of you are going through right now, and it may all be hitting you at one time, and you kind of like, oh my God, I have to pay this, and that, and you don't know what to do first. You almost feel like you have your back up against the wall to some extent. Kind of scared to open your mailbox for some of you. I feel like you're trying to settle things, and if you can, that's the best thing for you to do. Settle it, and you'll be clear about where you stand at the end of the day. You'll be okay because money will come. More money will come in as we get further and further out. But it's just you having to pay something, or you're waiting for someone to pay you. You're waiting to hear news back, and you're trying to stay hopeful and remain, positive, but it's very difficult. You may not trust people around you, is specifically in the workplace. You may be promised something, or you went after something, and you're not sure what the final verdict is going to be. Trying to get comfortable. Some of the energy, some of the not the energies, but some of you, the offer may not be as positive as you thought. The news may not be as positive as you thought, and you have to delay your next moves forward because something in as far as work is concerned may not be exactly what you were expecting to hear. That's what it looks like. Some of you may be taking a pay cut, especially if you're up for contract negotiation. And I do feel like they like you, so they want to continue working with you, but it's something about, what you're going to get paid, what you thought you were going to get versus what you're getting. So there's like a hard dose of reality that's about to hit you when it comes to those of you who are dealing with partnerships or collaborations or contractual agreements when it comes to the workplace. Now, some of you also could be going back to a job or a career that's more familiar to you. And either way, it looks like there's going to be some money coming in. And, for some of you, money could come in unexpectedly, rather quickly. Be very careful, though. I would say if money is coming into you, save it. Save it for a rainy day, because something may come unexpected. And it's like, wow, I could have used the money I had. So try to hold on to your money if you can, Aquarius. This will be a time frame where you may feel a little bit challenged in, your next moves or your next steps forward. You may have thought that, that everything is going to work out this year. Like you may have come into this year like, oh, this is going to be my year. This year is going to be, and it's like a hard dose of reality. Like, well, maybe not. Everything isn't. I thought this was going to work, but it's not. And it is better than what you had before. It is a little bit better. So I think you guys are smart enough to kind of see the silver lining in the situation. Now, when it comes to home, well, some of you are trying your best to make something out of nothing, right? Some of you, no matter how much you try, you may realize that, I'm not sure if this is my forever place, if I'm happy here anymore, if I'll ever be happy at this place. Some of you, it's because of someone in your home. It's a male energy that may be creating this confusion, these doubts in your mind. Someone may make you feel fearful that you'll never have what you've always wanted. Your reading is just screaming dose of reality. Like things are becoming very clear to you now. And although it's clear, you may not be able to just act upon things. It's more of a sitting and waiting and evaluating. And that makes sense. I mean, hell, you're about to have Mercury and what I think could be Venus in your second house. So money should be fluctuating in your home. Definitely money should be coming in. But it becomes very unclear, and you have to address issues from the past or paying off things, that sort of thing. So again, this is a period right now, it looks, Aquarius, that you're not necessarily very clear on your next steps forward. And it depends on things that are coming out, messages and news that you're hearing. It makes you clear about where you're going, but even in that, it's not clear. So it may be more waiting or a little message here, but it doesn't give you the final answer. So it's more of a waiting period and not clear about where you're going, ultimately speaking. Now, when it comes to, and I have to say, there may be some disappointments in the career sector, especially if it's negotiations or waiting for someone to get back to you and making a decision about something. You may not get everything you expected, or they may renege an offer altogether. I have to kind of say that that's what I do see. Now, when it comes to love, well, you single Aquariuses, your offering love is on the table. There's another sign I got this same thing, but I think they got it reversed. But in any case, you're offering love, or someone is to you, and they're taking a step back and being a little bit more practical, right? So there's a taking, may have led with romantic gestures and compassion and very open emotionally, and now they're being a little bit more practical. So their conversation is less romantic, a little bit more friendly. And I feel that it's a good thing to kind of take it step by step with someone. Take your time. There's no need to rush. And I feel like whoever is taking a step back, it's because they have to take care of some things. It could be personal. It could be, meaning just it could just have something to do with their own life or the life that they have with someone else. But I would take your time with it, because you may, you can vet through, what, and sift through what's going on with this person. Is it another person involved? That, do they have money issues? Like, what's going on with them? So just take your time. No need to, think of it negatively. Time writes the story. And so allow the time to write the story, because for some of you, you may realize that this person is a really sweet person, and that's just their pattern, that they may lead with it, and they may have realized that, hey, I'm falling a little too quickly for you, and I don't usually do that. They may do the reverse, where it's like they become your friend first, and then when the coast is completely clear and they vet it properly with you, then they allow their heart, and they did it the reverse. So I think if you give it time, Aquarius singles, you'll realize that this person just really kind of is falling for you kind of hard. And now it's up to you to decide, like, wow, so what do I do? Or maybe that's what they're doing, trying to decide, should they invest? Is it safe to invest? Can they invest? You may be a bit of a tall order for them, a lot, more than what they're used to. You may have drawn something out of them that they don't normally do. So it looks like it can definitely be good. So don't prejudge negatively. Just allow things to flow naturally, is what I would say here. Now, when it comes to you Aquarius couples, well, there's a problem. There's a complete problem here. And for some of you, it has to do with money. Some of you are looking for a place, a venue, if you're about to get married. And everything costs. It costs so much more than what you expected. Maybe the damn venues are closed, and now you're down to the wire. And where you're gonna go? It's like, well, God damn it! I thought that we would get this free, or this comp, and you thought one thing, and now the reality is that it's not panning out that way. And it's like, damn it, now you're on a hook for everything. And it's like, you're both like, well, we don't have that kind of money to spend, or we can't do that, or damn, the rent costs this much, or the houses is this much. So there is this reality with the two of you, that it's like, okay, if you're going to go through with this, it's going to hit both of you financially, right? And some of you may have gotten in too deep with something, and it's like, well, damn, now, it's going to cost us so much money. Or someone could have lost their job. I just see a shakeup and having to do with finances. Both of you may be very excessive in how you spend money, and it may have been more than frivolous with your money to some extent. No judgment here, just reading cards. And now the reality is that you have to pull back. And then the good thing is that you guys will find where the problem is coming from. And if you have to kind of make some adjustments. If it's a vendor or home that you're in search of, whatever the problem is, you can find a way through it, right? And so if you've been a little bit distracted or not so emotionally supportive of one another because this money situation, you guys will be able to work through that. Someone will still be more conscious and more, concerned about the money factor from the other person is what it looks like. Others of you, what's going on here? Are you together or no? Because I feel like two people almost are not together, and it's a problem. Okay. It's hard to work out the situation. Maybe you guys rushed into something and you're both having doubts. And it seems like, one person may be hopeful, but the messages or the messages that they're getting from the other person is almost like, are we on the same page? Are we still going to do this? Are we getting married? Are we going to move in together? Like, what the hell's going on here? So there is this big conundrum that the two of you are in, and it has something to do with finances. It has something to do with this commitment, and someone they're not feeling the same way anymore, or, it could have been an opportunity for both of you. It could be a money loss if you have business together. Now you've lost a project, you've lost a contract, you've lost something, and you're sticking through it. You're trying to get through it the best way possible. But it almost seems like now the two of you are changing stripes. Does that make sense? So if you're about to go to court together, it's like, oh gosh, now we have, this thing can get completely out of hand if you share business, you share money ties and assets and that sort of thing. And things are starting to come out, and it's like, it's kind of separating the two of you. Also in the home life, some things may have been discovered, and it's still more stuff that's going to come out, right? And it's like, now that you know what you know, and you don't know all of it, more is coming out. You're questioning whether or not the two of you will have a happily ever after now that you found out some things about this person. And you may know, and it may have come on a public scale because of Wheel of Fortune is here. There's something about it being out in the open, right? You may be thinking like, how now do we make this go away, or how do we still maneuver as two people in love and get over this hump? So it may be kind of difficult. I have to say, some of you may be entering into a quite difficult period. I do feel like there's still love here. Someone is going to still, convey that, listen, I love you. We can get through this. This is, we're bigger than this. Whatever this is, someone is going to say, we're bigger than this. Even if you guys are heading down divorce, and I do see that that's very possible. Someone may say, hey, I want a divorce. I don't want to do this. Time out. I'm exiting stage left. Someone's going to say, wait a minute, I love you. Let's not do that. And there's going to be a time period of waiting, of like, I don't know. Let's not pull a trigger too hasty. Let's hold off on that. So we're going to look deeper into this in the extended. If you are interested, we're doing the you versus them. We're also looking at Aquarius singles, not just this week. We're looking further down the months ahead of what's going to happen with the two of you. So if you're interested, click that link in the description box below. It explains everything that we look at. If you would like something personal, though, you can click the link to my website and set something up for yourself. And if you are new to this channel, subscribe, leave a comment below if you like. Because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Aquarius.